If you can find someone with 1 or more hours of content, I'm going to show you a service that you can offer to them that can make you an extra 2K to 5K this week. Okay, so I'm going to walk you step by step through this process and what to do. I'm going to give you the high level steps, and then you can go and do it pretty much immediately if you want to. First step that you're going to do is to go to YouTube and find some kind of niche expert. The big 4 niches are health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. So you want to sub-niche within one of those. And so right now I'm in the middle of a couple real estate deals, and I'm using credit to fund some of the acquisition and rehab costs. So I was on YouTube and I found this guy, Colin. I've seen him around before, but this looks like a new channel that is specific to helping people get 100K plus at 0% interest, deploy it into cash flowing assets, and spend more time doing what they love. So this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I found his content. I also noticed that he has a couple things that he's selling. So this is what we want to see as well, is they're selling something after the content. And so this is a good example. Now, I don't know if Colin is going to be up for this particular service, but I'm just using him as an example for this video. What I'm going to do here is, now that I found some kind of niche expert in the credit field, which is under wealth, I'm going to go on to the second step here, which is to then use AI to come up with some kind of book idea and outline for this person. Now, sometimes it's going to be very obvious, like in the case with Colin. His book, if he were to create a book, I don't see any book linked here, but he could create a book on how to get $100,000 plus credit at a 0% interest rate. So this is a good potential topic that he can create a book around. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to, you could go to Claude, you could go to ChatGPT, it doesn't really matter. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the messaging on this expert's YouTube channel and using AI to come up with a book idea and outline. So I'm going to go here to Claude, and I'm just going to do this in real time. So I'm writing a book for a client in the credit space. He helps people get 100K plus at 0% interest. 100K plus credit for their business at 0% interest. What would be a good title for this book? Give me 10 ideas. Okay, so now we're coming up with a title idea for this book. 0% solution, free money for business, 0 interest, maximum growth, the credit advantage. I kind of like this, the credit advantage. So I'm just going to take this just for having a quick example. I'm going to take it, I'm going to plug it into this area here. So we're going to do book title. Let's put this back here. Book title. And I'm going to do this here. So credit advantage, your blueprint to 100K plus business funding at 0% interest. I mean, that's pretty good. So I'm going to use that. And now what I'm going to do is go back to AI and say, okay, I like this title. Give me a 5 to 7 chapter outline of what should be included. Give me titles of each chapter that entice the reader to keep reading. Use Tim Ferriss 4-hour work week chapter titles as an example. Okay, so now we're coming up with chapter ideas. So now I can take this and I can just copy the entire thing. I can copy just the chapters, but this is actually a good starting point. So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to paste that in to the doc. And we're just going to do chapters. And then what I'm going to do is for each chapter, we can go to Colin's YouTube channel here and we can find the relevant videos for each chapter. I'm looking for an hour, at least an hour of content from his videos. And so you can see there's videos that are on average like 10 to 12 minutes long. Some of them are a bit longer. So we have more than an hour of content here that we could use. But like this one, for example, the Ultimate 0% Business Credit Course. I might be able to just take this one video, and depending on the content, I didn't watch an entire video, but depending on the content, I could use that video alone with maybe like one or two other videos to go and create this book, which we're going to offer as a service. So we're going to go back here to the doc, and basically all I'm doing is we have the chapter ideas, we have the outline, we have the chapters, and so I'm looking for videos and content that fits each of these chapters from Colin's channel here. So if we want to go back here and say the 100K secret, why banks are dying to give you free money and how most business owners miss it, I'm looking for something on Colin's page that talks about the credit opportunity and why banks want to give you money. So I'm looking for something like how to legally steal 100K plus from the bank. That's a pretty good title. I might use that. How to legally steal. He must be doing well with this. How to legally steal looks like the main title that he's using. But basically, just for example's sake, I'm going to use one of these videos and show you what I would do, but I'm trying to match up the videos to the chapters. Okay, so we're creating him a book if you haven't seen that yet. So I'm going to go to one of his videos here. Let's say we're using this one. And we're going to minimize this. On pretty much every video that I've seen, if you go to the description, there's going to be a transcription button here. So if I click show transcript, I could take this video, the entire video, and take the transcript, and I can copy this, okay? And what I would be doing is getting all of the relevant videos and pasting the transcription under the chapters. So I would paste it here. It's going to come out formatted a little funky like this. But I want to capture all the relevant videos and the transcriptions and put it under the chapter. And then what I do from here, okay, this is just like the outline of the book. We have the title, we have an outline, and we have the content for the chapters. What I'm going to do next is I have something called the 1 hour book system. So the 1 hour book system is basically this process here and how we turn the transcription into a professional book. And this is a professional book that the client can use to grow their business, right? Get more leads, get more customers, get more clients coming in. So I'm finding people like this, niche experts on YouTube. We're using AI to come up with a nonfiction book idea and outline. We're then using the 1 hour book system to grab the transcription, and we're going to use AI to convert that into the actual content of the book, into chapters that look better than this. And then from there, once we are done with the book, and if you want to check out my 1 hour book system, it's linked in the description. It's $27 and walks you step by step through this entire process. Once we finish the book, typically with 1 hour of content, we're going to have about 30 to 40 pages. So you can, typically my books are between 30 to 100 pages. So if you want it to be longer, then you can just get a little more content. Okay, so you're going to do this, go through the system. You're going to send a copy to the prospect to review. So I would go to Colin's page here. I would try to find his email. I don't know if it's going to show up here, but yeah, it's not showing up here. But I'm sure I could find his Instagram, or I could find his Facebook profile, or some social media platform he's on, and I would reach out to him. And basically what I would say is, hey Colin, I created you this book. I like your content on YouTube, and I created you this book based on your content, and I used your existing YouTube videos to come up with this book. Would you like to take a look at it and review it just to see if you like it? And a lot of times they're going to say yes, because I mean, it's pretty interesting to have a book written about you or from your own content. So you send them the book, right? You've gone through the system, and this is assuming that you've never done this before. If you've done this before, then you probably can just skip a lot of these steps and just go straight to offering the service and pitching that. But if you've never done it before, this is a way to get someone to say yes to you if you don't have any case studies, because you're actually creating the book in real time. So we found 1 hour of content. We came up with We've used AI to come up with a book idea and outline. You went through the 1 hour book system to turn this into actual book chapters, which should take anywhere from 5 to 10 hours, sometimes less once you've gone through this a few times. We have the book. We can send it to the potential client to review. And then what happens from there is once they approve it, like if they say, I like this book, you would have to lock the document. I typically do it on Google Docs. I lock the document so that they can't just copy and paste the entire thing. But once they reply to you, like they read through it, hey, I like this book. Like, is there any way I could use it on my website and my YouTube channel and my social media platforms? And you say, sure. So I created you this book, and typically the way that I do it is I do this as a service for people. So since you like the book, would you like me to send over the final copy to you that you can use anywhere that you want? And you could charge between 2K to 5K to do this. So you might be thinking, why would someone pay you 2K to 5K to create them a book, especially if it's from their own content? Well, the question is, why didn't they do it themselves, right? If they wanted that book. So you have done something for them. Maybe they would have learned how to do it on their own, or they know how to do it on their own, but you've done it a lot faster and you're already leading with the final product. All they have to do is say, yes, I like it. And then they pay you to get full access to use it, full rights to use it however they want. Okay, so this is what you can do. I have complete beginners that I've taught the system to, that their first client, they're getting paid $5,000. And they follow a similar system to this, right? This is even more of a no-brainer because you've created the product first for them and you've shown them your abilities, and if they like it, then they pay you. So this is a way, if you can find one, and I've just showed you how to do it. If you can find 1 or more hours of content, you can do that on YouTube. You can offer this as a service. You go through these steps and you can make an extra 2K to 5K this week. Complete beginners are doing this right now. And I don't know if it's going to be this easy forever, but right now I have people with no background in writing or book publishing. They're getting clients who are paying up to this amount here. So yeah, I hope you found that useful. If you want to check out the 1 hour book system that walks you through the entire book creation process, it's linked in the description. It's oneourbooks.com/system if you want to check it out. $27, and it's going to walk you through this so that you can get paid to do this as a service. But I hope you found this useful. If you did, give it a like. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video.